it's just very overwhelming.
In the last video, we began our road trip down Mexico's Baja Peninsula. In this video, we pick up where we left off, leaving the ancient cave paintings and making our way further through the ever-changing scenery of the Mexican desert, working our way south to a place known for having the best grey whale watching in the world. Al is a very happy boy right now. What are you currently filming?
The first time ever, just spotted on the side of the road an osprey.
In its nest.
It's so rare to see one of these. These usually migrate from Canada down to South America.
What a start to the day.
The last video, we started it off with seeing a hummingbird, a dream of mine, and now an osprey. Come on, how good was that shot? Jesus. Having never seen an osprey before, on the drive as we carried on, there was unlimited ospreys, which kind of actually made it less unique. We've just come alongside the road, we've just seen a bunch of vultures next to this dead, is that a horse or a cow?
I think it's a cow.
And I can't tell you how bad it smells.
It's disgusting.
But we get close action to vultures.
Wow, if they ever come back.
Yeah, we scared them off.
They're up there.
Waiting for us to leave.
Oh god, the smell just doesn't go. It's so bad. Oh god, I've never smelled anything like that before. It's horrible.
We'll do anything for the viewer though to get them a nice clip.
Oh, it's nasty. Real nasty.
We're with Indigo Traveller for not even a week and we're already smelling death. This is not what I expected.
I apologise profusely, but this is just part of the experience, okay? You're gonna have to get used to death every day.
Oh my god. Feeling a combination of both traumatized and amazed, we continue down to our next stop, San Ignacio, a palm oasis town in the north of Baja, California Sur. We're looking for somewhere to stay the night, and this place is looking like a very good option. It is super cheeky. Once we were all checked in, we had a quiet evening in the town before making our way back and discovering that Nick was unable to lock his caravan door for the night.
Watch him open it and close it again. So funny. Look at this.
After a rather uncomfortable sleep, we wasted no time in making our way towards the San Ignacio Lagoon, located around 60 kilometers from the town, through desert, dirt roads, and salt flats.
It's gonna be on, what's that foot fetish website now?
Is there a specific one?
I haven't heard. It's like huge. You can go on and you can rate celebrities' feet and things.
Oh wow.
Is that actually a thing?
Yeah, it's huge. What's it called?
way.
Like, I can't remember. Like,
So who are your favourite feet?
I can't be talking about that publicly.
After just over an hour of driving, we eventually made it to the beach, where we would be spending the night before heading out on 2 whale watching tours the following day. How nice is this?
How's yours?
Like, $1 million views straight out of the
Yeah. Wow. Oh, that's so good. I love that they've made it all glass on the front.
Oh wow, like, this bit like...
If you play your cards right, you get to stay with the beans.
What does that take?
This has got to be the best money we've spent in such a long time.
I'm absolutely buzzing. This is incredible.
There are so many just birds flying outside our house, and tomorrow we're going to go on 2 whale tours.
Okay, and also this is the thing. I was expecting, okay, if we're really lucky we'll get to see a whale tomorrow. We spoke to the woman who works here who met us at reception. She thinks it's 100% guarantee we will see whales tomorrow.
For us, we have been trying to do more activities and splash out on memories, and this place cost us $300 each,
Per
so
person, yeah.
$600 for our own cabin, all food included, and 2 whale trips.
This is the reason we're here,
Yeah.
right? Like, one of our main draws of coming to this region of Mexico was to see the whales, so there was no chance we were going to miss it. And we looked, did all the research to find what was the best sort of eco-friendly one available, and this one came up. I am so glad it did, because I just feel like it's our own little slice of private paradise.
Yeah.
There's like no one around.
Look what I've done to you, mate.
You've turned me to an avid bird watcher.
You'll be perving on birds for years now. Which one do you like?
Which one do you like?
I like a variety, I don't discriminate.
Yeah, all exotic birds.
But we've seen this guy today
So many times.
multiple times, but I would love to see him, obviously.
Yeah, it's iconic.
Oh, we saw these guys eating
On the side of the
the
road.
turkey vulture.
Yeah,
Oh,
That's what
that's
we
so
saw.
weird, because when I first saw
Yeah, I thought
that
they were
was like
turkey.
turkey.
Yeah.
this is my new number 1 to spot.
This guy.
Yeah, look at that head.
That's a nice head.
Before we go any further, we would like to give a quick shout out to Huel for being the sponsors of today's video. We have been using Huel for months now and we love it, but what is Huel? Huel V3.0 is a perfectly balanced plant-based food packed with 26 vitamins and minerals as well as 29 grams of protein per scoop. There are a bunch of different flavors to suit your taste, but our personal favorite so far is chocolate. Making it takes no time at all. You simply mix the powder with water in the shaker provided and you're good to go. We love the combination of convenience whilst still being healthy. When we're doing long driving days like we did in Europe in our van, or we're going on hikes, Huel is a really great choice for something easy to take with us. And we're not always hiking or going on road trips, sometimes we're just lazy. And when we're feeling lazy and we can't be bothered to cook or make ourselves anything, Huel is the perfect solution. With your first order of Huel, you will get a free shaker, t-shirt and guide to get you started. If you are interested, we will leave a link down in the description below. What an incredible way to begin our day here. We have woken up, and because there's windows all in front of us, we just have a view of the open sea. We've got pelicans flying around, ospreys, all kinds of things. It is like a wildlife paradise over here. Today is the day that we are going to go all the way out there on a tiny little boat, like you can see behind me, to go and hopefully spot grey whales. This is the only protected area for grey whales in the entire world, and there are only 16 of those little boats allowed to go out and spot them each day. Could you please tell us a little bit about Pachico and this place and how everything started?
Yeah, sure. Pachico, there's that friend over there on the wall,
Yeah.
and he was a fisherman here in this area. So back in the day, the fishermen of this area, they still had to go out, do their job, do their work. Meanwhile, the lagoon is filled with whales in the wintertime, and they're terrified of the whales. They would call them devilfish, actually. Why? Because the whales were hunted almost to extinction 3 times, and the fishermen learned to be very, very afraid of the whales here. And one day in the early 70s, 72, Pachico went out and had a whale following his boat. So he was terrified.
Yeah.
The whale comes out, kind of lays his head in the boat, goes down, comes to the other side, pops his head out, and Pachico, according to him, he was shaking, he was so scared. If you've been in a situation where you don't know if you're stupid or brave, but you're just, he found himself in a situation where he just, and nothing happened, you know? The whale just stayed there, just chill, and so he went out and petted him some more. The whale just stayed there, so he started patting him and loving him, and the whale was super chill, and they spent the day together, and it just blew his mind, you know, exploded his heart open, came back, was just like, oh my God, and so that was the seed that the whale planted, I think, you know? And he came back and shared that with his family, with his community, and that was the beginning of basically what we're doing today. In his words, their heart is bigger than their size. You know, the message he felt from the whales was that, you know, we're on this planet together and we have to share it.
Yeah, of course.
So he just, you know, wanted people to experience that. When Mitsubishi came, he wanted to set up a salt mine here. So thanks to all those connections that he had made with people coming to visit him, he was able to really just, you know, ask for help. A lot of people showed up and they protested almost for a decade.
Wow.
Against the project, and they won at the end. And really, you know, it's all just traces back to that one amazing encounter. The whale observation area is only down here. That basically means the whales can go wherever they want. Humans can hang out with them just down here. The gray whale has the largest migration of any mammal on the planet. So they're feeding in the Arctic Circle during the summer months. When the ice starts forming, when the temperature starts dropping, you know, their little inner bird tells them it's time to fly south. We have some moms and calves hanging out, getting big and strong and kind of testing their strength even against the breakers, against the mouth of the lagoon. And the calves are just curious. They're like puppies, kittens, or little humans. Like, what's that? Like, you know, they're just wide-eyed and want to know. And so they sometimes come close to the boat. Mom, really the boss, she really decides what's gonna happen. In the case though, if we have a whale coming close to the boat, there's 5 areas that's super, super important we know not to touch, okay? One is the eye area. Very, very sensitive, common sense, you know? The other part is the blowholes here. Okay, just be really, really careful with, don't touch that area. Then we have the pectoral fins or flippers. Then the dorsal ridge, and the flukes of the tail. So when orcas go after these guys, that's where they go after. That's where they bite. Flukes and the tail area. So if we touch them there, we might provoke a very violent reaction.
After more than 1,000 kilometers of driving through some of the most incredible desert scenery and so many memorable moments along the way, we had finally made it. We all had high hopes for what we would actually see out on the boat that day, but nothing could prepare us for what happened.
Completely surrounded. There's 3 all surrounding the boat. I don't know what to say.
This is the only place in the world where grey whales actively seek out this kind of human interaction. They are not fed and appear to approach the boats for nothing more than curiosity and playfulness.
There's another one right under us.
Up against the
Oh my god, my heart's going crazy. Unbelievable. Wow.
They like kids. This is all me and my theories and what I observe, right? But for real, I've seen a boat full of like very, very serious, very quiet adults, just like library quiet with their cameras, and a boat full of squealing school kids. Guess where the whales went, you know? They like that energy.
They were just like pushing each other up to come and say hello, and then turning and
They're fighting
never
for our attention.
Yeah, it's so intimate, like on this little boat, right? Because like in the past, normally these big kind of commercial boats, but these little ones you can reach down and it's friendly. We got the locals and stuff. It's authentic. An eye here.
What an eye.
Right here, she's looking up at us, right here. You see?
Whoa.
Hi, you spy with your big old eye, huh?
Feeling sick?
I'm
So
just,
sick.
It's so
I
happy because
may puke,
lately
but it's
they're
worth it.
leaving.
Although the seasickness was terrible, I could not wipe the smile from my face.
This is like heaven and hell mixed together. All I want is to look at that whale. But I know I'm going to puke on his face if I do.
rules are that each boat is only allowed to be in the area for a maximum of 90 minutes. So we stopped for lunch at a nearby beach before we were allowed to go on another tour in the afternoon.
I can't even begin to explain how magical that experience was. I think it's a whole collection of everything, from picking up the car, making this long pilgrimage down to this spot, and then the anticipation last night and the excitement of, are we going to see whales? We weren't 100% sure. Then as you're going out, you can see in the distance these blowholes, and you're starting to think, am I going to get to see one up close? It felt like forever that they remained elusive, and the doubt starts to creep in. And then, guys, you just have to come to, as I'm walking, there's lizards running around my feet. You just got to come here, and I don't say that lightly. How are you feeling?
Still rough. Like, the queasiness is not subsiding. This is why I always drive. I'm a mess. I can't handle it.
You've been feeling sick for about 2 hours now.
Oh God, it's just a bit much, really. I've just been laughing about how sick the universe's sense of humor is, and that, like, here's the most incredible, probably the most incredible experience you'll ever witness, and here's some vomit. After I just finished vomiting off the side of the boat, this whale just, like, came out of nowhere and was, like, in my face, staring at me with its giant eye. Like, it was the most overwhelming. I went from, like, vomiting to crying my eyes out because I just felt so overwhelmed.
Are you okay? You sleep around or feel sick?
It's just very overwhelming. So big.
Quite like a serpent, like.
Yeah.
Right? With that
Yeah,
dorsal fin, they
they
look
look
more
like-
like a sea serpent now.
Final thoughts, guys?
That was absolutely unreal. Honestly, though, I never thought I'd be able to have an interaction like that with a whale. Blowing my mind.
And not to feel like it was wrong.
Yeah, not to feel like shit after.
So genuine, you know, authentic.
We didn't see so much on the second boat trip, but to be honest, I think that just made the first one even more special.
It just felt so pure, and considering you could touch the animals, it was pretty clear that they really enjoyed the interaction. They seemed to feed off the energy of people.
It was really bizarre. Like, it was a bizarre feeling to be having that experience with such an incredible creature that I never in my wildest dreams would have thought I could be having that kind of interaction with. It's the sort of interaction you would expect from, like, a dog or something, not a whale. You guys know that I get motion sickness really badly, hence why I'm always driving, and the boat was just another level of sickness with the waves. But after I vomited off the side of the boat, looked up, I cannot stop replaying this moment in my brain, by the way. It's just like on repeat. Finish vomiting, look over, oh, there's a whale. 2 seconds later, like, it's right in front of my face, coming up at me, and it's blowing me with its blowhole. And
it was like it was trying to cheer you up.
that's what it felt like to me. It was very much kind of like, oh, I'm feeling the worst I've ever felt, to, like, absolute elation. Like, I was so overwhelmed, I just couldn't hold it in. I was just crying. It was, wow, that was I'm well enough again. That was something else. That was special.
For me, I want to fill up more days of my life with things like this, and I cannot recommend this place enough. For the landscape is worthy of coming for just that alone.
It's
then
amazing.
The wildlife,
And
the
then
people.
You also have the story of, you know, Pachico's, and how it's like, it literally is traced back to that first ever interaction like Victoria was telling us about with the whale and the fisherman way back when. And now you can still go out there and do it, and he's changed everything.
but it still feels so pure and preserved from mass tourism.
Yeah.
And that's why we're saying you should come here, because it's...
No, but seriously, if you do want to come here and have this kind of interaction, we wholeheartedly can recommend coming to Pachico's. It feels so good to be supporting like a family-run business who have been doing this for generations, and they really care about these animals and the environment.
So this is a perfect time for us to go off and try and digest what we've just seen.
It's gonna take a while.
Leave in the comments, have you ever had an animal experience like that?
Or just like any animal experience. Like I feel like I want to absorb other people's amazing experiences now.
Yeah, when have you cried at an animal? If you like the video, make sure you give it a like and hit the subscribe button. And nothing left to say. We'll see you next time. And a much more reserved Beans out.